Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. As mentioned just before the break, this is a wonderful tourism experience for you to indulge in from an Indigenous perspective. It is called Indigenous Experiences, and I am joined by Trina Mather-Simard, and she is from Indigenous Experiences. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you here, Trina. And this is something I'm sure you've put a lot of time and effort, you and your team. Tell me a little bit about where this idea came from.
Thank you, Miigwech. Thanks for having me on. So this is Indigenous Experiences. We have been offering interactive cultural program here in Ottawa for about 22 years. And over the last couple of years, our culinary experiences have really grown with our signature event with Summer Solstice Indigenous Festival. And so it just really started us to, consider the opportunity to expand on that culinary and make it more of kind of from the land and reconnect our community with growing and producing traditional crops and wild game and really bringing that full Indigenous farm to table experience. And we started looking for farms and came across the Lone Star.
Yeah, what a great...
The old Lone Star Ranch.
Yes, we should say, the old Lone Star Ranch out there on West Hunt Club. And this is a great location for many reasons, but why do you feel that it was such a great spot for you?
It was really just an accumulation of everything that we do, and it just has incredible opportunity for us to, host these festivals and seasonal events, but still allows a lot of space to provide community programming. We moved our Ojibwe spirit horses here, so they have a permanent home, and there's still lots of room to, it's 164 acres altogether, so there's still lots of room to start growing crops and introduce bison and elk and some of the other things we hope to do.
Trina, tell me about, we're just looking at these beautiful animals, the Ojibwe spirit horses, and this is, they're quite endangered. Tell me a little bit about the history behind them.
Yes, so, as an Ojibwe person myself, and my daughters are equestrians, I was so surprised that I wasn't familiar with this breed myself even a couple of years ago. And the reason being is that they are so endangered. So these ponies used to run wild, like the deer and the moose, throughout Ontario, Northern Ontario, and Northern US. And at one point, because they were wild and, as areas were being developed, the ponies were eating crops. So they were being captured and sent to slaughter. And four men rescued the last four mares that existed from this breed, and they captured them and took them over the ice to Minnesota, and they've regenerated the breed. It's still very rare and endangered. There's only about 150 of them in existence.
Wow, what a great opportunity. Well, you also have a market as well for farmers and makers. Tell me a little bit about the market and what you have to offer.
Yeah, so an important part of Summer Solstice Festival we always did was inviting in so many of our Indigenous artists and craftspeople. So we really wanted to, build on that farmers and Indigenous makers market for the Tagwàgi for our Autumn Harvest Festival. So we have, many really talented, incredible Indigenous artists and creators. And we've been trying to expand more into that farmers component and offering Indigenous makers of honey and maple syrup, harvesters of wild rice. We have harvested fish and wild game meats. And so we're really trying to do that balance of art and farmers market and support the small Indigenous businesses.
Trina, are you encouraging people to register beforehand, or do you just show up?
Yes, so we do require registration. Okay. The event is free, but we are managing, of course, being careful with our COVID restrictions and trying to manage how many people are through the gate. So we are registering in half-hour sections. They are filling quickly because we are limited numbers.
Right.
So I would advise people, I believe, most of this coming Sunday is full, but we do have some spots in the afternoon. Excellent. And we still have some spots, I believe, next weekend as well.
Terrific. Trina, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Miigwech.
Miigwech. I should mention also there's going to be performances and workshops, storytelling, lots to do. Hey, that does it for me on this edition of Daytime. We'll see you next time.